Hello, my friend, and welcome to this video where I will introduce you to EFT tapping. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and this is a method where we use our fingers to tap on different acupressure points. Acupressure points correspond with different meridians in the body. These meridians are where our energy travels, so like energetic pathways. And the way that EFT tapping works is by focusing on things that might still be stuck in the body. So these could be experiences, memories, emotions, typically from more of a negative lens. So maybe you remember a conversation with somebody where every time you think of it, it makes your gut clench. Or maybe you remember some sadness and you just feel this really deep heaviness in the body. Or maybe there's something that reminds you of feeling the shoulders cave in, or you feel really tired when you think of something, or maybe you're just tired all the time. These are just simple examples of stuck energy, energy that needs to be released, and we can do that with tapping. So in future videos, I will go through different issues, but for this video, we will just get familiar with the tapping process and the tapping points. So to begin, I invite you to get into a comfortable seated position, or you can even lie down. And if it's comfortable to do so, please feel free to close the eyes, or you can keep your eyes open and just bring your gaze downwards so you can begin to tune inwards. Just begin to take a few breaths. Noticing your mind, noticing your body. This modality is great for the mind, body, spirit connection. It has also been shown to be highly effective for so many different issues such as anxiety, depression, chronic pain, PTSD, and the list literally goes on. So I'll include a link in the notes if you want to read a little bit more about the evidence behind this. And this modality is now accepted by the APA, the American Psychological Association, as an evidence-based practice for treatment. And so it works by decreasing cortisol, decreasing the stress in the body. And by now we know that chronic stress, too much stress, is a precursor for many mental and physical diseases and ailments. So just begin to tune inwards. Notice if there's any sensation or emotion coming up in the body. You might even want to bring a word to mind that describes your state of being. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. We'll use one set of fingers to begin to tap on the outside side of one hand. And it doesn't matter which hand, just pick one. You can even go back and forth. Normally, we would start by measuring an emotion or the memory and its intensity on a scale of 0 to 10. Today, we are just learning the tapping points. And then we would begin with a setup statement on this karate chop. So if it resonates, repeat after me. Even though I'm feeling, and then fill in the blank, I deeply and completely love, accept, and honor myself anyways. Awesome. And then we go to our points. Start on the inner corner of the eyebrow. And you can use one finger or more fingers. And you can tap on both sides or just one side of the face. And just breathe. And then follow that eye socket, that bone, that ridge, to the corner of your eye and begin to tap here. This is the corner of the eye or the side of the eye. Many practitioners refer to it as side of the eye. And then follow that bone, that ridge, until you get right below the eye. tapping right there on that ridgy bone. And just notice how you feel. And then we'll begin to tap on that space right below the nose, that little divot, if you will. And as we tap for all these points, you don't want to use super hard pressure or super light pressure, somewhere in the middle. And then we want to find that space below your bottom lip, where you feel that indent between the mouth and the chin. And you can also try tapping on the chin and see how that feels. I kind of like to use more than just the tips of my fingers so that I can cover a wider range of area just to get more bang for my buck. Okay, and then find your collarbones and then take your fingers down until you find that soft space below the collarbones. And you might feel a little tenderness. I like to use as many fingers here as possible so that I can kind of get the entire width of that space in the upper chest. And just tap around. Good. And then we want to tap below the armpit, about 4 inches or along the bra line. And again, you can pick either side. Sometimes I like to cross my arms and do both. That's fine too. And then we want to go to the top of the head and just use as much of our fingers and maybe hands to tap as possible. The top of the head is thought of as the meeting point of 1,000 points. So it can get a lot, and you might feel a lot of tenderness or sensation up there. Okay, so just take a deep breath. And we'll do that 2 more times. This time I'll call your attention to some different suggestions. So begin to tap on the inner corner of that eyebrow and just notice any thoughts that are coming up. Moving to the corner, the side of the eye, and just notice how you feel. Under the eye, being deeply aware of any physical sensations. Under the nose, being present with any thoughts. Under the mouth, just being aware, being present. Under the collarbone, just tapping all around. Good. And then under the arm, about 4 inches below the armpit, in line with the bra. And the top of the head, just being deeply aware. Pause and take a moment to breathe. So typically in a round, we might start with the negative that comes up and just give a voice to it so we can begin to let it go. And then you might start to shift towards empowerment or hope or just into a better feeling state. So let's begin our last round, coming to the inner corner of the eyebrow and tap. Tap and breathe. Breathing deeply. Side of the eye. Under the eye. Just breathe and be. Under the nose. Being aware of any physical sensations, any mental thoughts, any emotions rising up. Under the collarbone, just being deeply present and aware. Under the arm, just breathe. And the top of the head. Relax your hands, relax your eyes. Take a deep breath. And check in with your state of being now. Just notice if you felt any shift, any difference. Just see how you feel. Awesome. All right, thank you, my friend, for joining me for this. And I will have a lot more tapping sessions for you in the future. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.